The New Mexico sports leader, ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7 and the ESPN Alamogordo YouTube channel. Charles Winnicke here with you live from Tiger Stadium. We are 30 minutes away from kickoff for the Military Appreciation Night here at Tiger Stadium. Your Alamogordo Tigers taking on the Deming Wildcats. Just three games, remaining in the non-district season for the Tigers, and just 2 home games remaining tonight and in 2 weeks when they, or actually I should say 3 weeks when they're back at home for their only home district game of the season. But tonight's a crucial matchup, especially in terms of the Tigers' postseason chances. Remember, there's 19 teams in Class 5A, and 12 of those 19 make the postseason. And the Tigers are currently in the playoff predictions and the rankings, and Max Prep sitting at 11. Deming is sitting at 8. Deming is 3-2 in the season. The Tigers are 1-2. And it's been, the Tigers could very easily be 3-1, I think would be a fair way to say it, with that opening week game against Valencia. And also last week against Lovington, the weather not working for the Tigers there. And I'll tell you what, it's another one of those nights where we're probably going to be at least watching and seeing how the weather is going to go tonight. So we shall see. It is also a night that Ariana Diaz is the honorary captain, and this game is dedicated to her tonight. Their season actually is dedicated to her. A young lady with cancer and childhood cancer awareness has been the focus of a lot of Alamogordo high school programs. Both the boys and girls soccer programs last week did events for that, and the football team for the second straight year is getting behind one of our own here in Otero County, and they're doing a great job with that. So lots of things going on for tonight's game. It's Military Appreciation Night, so usually they have a swearing in of some folks that are joining the armed forces, and I believe that's going to be happening at halftime. If you're listening to us in the area right now and you want to see the Alamogordo Tiger Band perform their state performance, their competition performance, they're going to do that at 6:40. So you want to get here pregame for that. They're going to be doing some stuff at halftime with the military, or the Military Appreciation Night festivities coming up this evening. But we'll talk more about what to expect from tonight's game. We'll hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco, who we chatted with a little bit earlier on in the week. And we'll get you attuned to what to expect for this evening's matchup. Both teams are on the field warming up. The band is already getting set up and ready to go for their performance. We've got the cheerleaders and some of their junior cheer camp members that are here. They had a junior cheer camp this past weekend. It's going to be a fun night. We'd like you to be a part of it. If you're listening to us, come on down to the Tiger Football Stadium, and we'll have a good evening. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We appreciate them helping us bring you Tiger sports and Tiger football throughout this season. So we'll be back after this. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Got some motorcycle. I don't know if those would be the Legion Riders. Not totally sure. Couldn't quite hear the PA. But they're ushering around some military families here in our community, and they're walking around the track. The Deming Wildcats are headed back to their locker room. The Tigers, I'm sure, will be doing the same as well. They're practicing extra points as we speak. And let's go ahead and hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Another tough loss last week. The weather again played a factor for Alamogordo, which has unfortunately been just a silliness this year. And crossing our fingers, have been kind of watching the radar for tonight's game, and we're hoping that everything's going to stay off to our west. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. Have no control over it. Coach Cisco talked about that, so let's hear from him. We are a little over 20 minutes away from kickoff here at Tiger Stadium. The Wildcats and the Tigers here on ESPN Alamogordo.
We don't know what you did wrong or somebody on the coaching staff did wrong to Mother Nature, but it's just been ridiculously bad luck for you guys.
It's been an interesting 2019 so far this year due to that, but it's something that's out of our control, so we just got to continue to do what we're supposed to do and line up every Friday.
And the things that are in your control, obviously, is y'all played well and you came back in a game. You wondered with the way things were going whether it was going to be team needed to go score for score with how good that Lovington offense is, but the defense stepped up and you guys found yourself down 15 and came back and tied it up. Yeah, we played well. We started off slow again, which is something we talked to our kids about this week, is getting off to a fast start and doing something early. And defensively, though, I mean, we give it that big touchdown on the first series, and then we got some big stops after that. And we played really well defensively, and then we're down 22-7. Our kids never panicked. Went and scored again. Got the ball in the second half, went down, scored again after another big defensive stop. And we made it a game, and then unfortunately those last two possessions, they scored on the last possession, and we never got to finish our last possession to see how the game. And then our kids and our staff were pretty bummed about it. We wanted to go out there and finish that game, and we waited about an hour and a half to see if we could get it done. Yeah. Unfortunately, we couldn't, but that was a game that we thought we had a chance to win, and I know nobody else in the state gave us that opportunity, but we thought we played okay. It still wasn't very good. We missed some big-time opportunities offensively.
first play of the game. We missed that throw big time of going down the seam. It's wide open, and our quarterback just made a bad decision, and live with those with teenage kids. We did some okay things at times, but we still got to find a way to get better and execute in crucial situations, which I thought we're doing a better job of doing that.
Yeah, overall, I mean, offensively, you guys drove the ball well, with the exception of the mistakes that were there. Ran the ball well with either Sean in the first half or Julio in the second half. Julio stepped in and kind of played the Wildcat quarterback, and it certainly looks like you guys found something there in terms of what he can do for you.
Yeah, that's something that we've been working on all year to get, and just trying to figure out when we got the right personnel and how we want to do it, and make sure that we've had some injuries that kind of dinged us up and not being able to do some things. But getting back there in the second half was a big spark to us and doing something different, and we put a bunch of new formations out there for people to have to deal with. Coaches from Lovington came over after the game and said that one formation's not fun. We said that's why we're running it, man. Yeah. But he did a good job. We made some big plays. We made some big catches in those situations, and he broke some big runs when we didn't necessarily get it done in the box. He'd break it out and get something for us, so it was good for us in that regard. And Sean had a good game in the first half, and RV threw the ball pretty well. He was a lot better sitting in the pocket, being on time. The one interception is on us. We called the play. We broke a big run play, got down to the 30, and we took another shot. We were going for a throw. We weren't there to just play well. We were there to win a game, and credit to Lovington, they played the play. And he's trying to throw the ball out of bounds and didn't get enough on it, and threw it back in. The kid made a play. So we didn't turn the ball over in that regard in those situations, but our defense played their freaking tails off. And I'm so proud of those kids and proud of our guys up front offensively of making that a game. And that's somewhere we've lost 2 games this year by a total of 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And another team where you guys are, played considerably better at from one year to another. That team's not a whole lot different from last year's. You guys have obviously shown big improvement, and here comes into town another one of those teams this year that really, gave you guys a hard time last year, and another chance to go out there and show how much this football team, this Alamogordo Tiger football team, has improved.
Yeah, and we talked about that. Of we have that hit list going, and we've missed some opportunities, but we get Deming this week, and they're well coached. Coach Simmons does a good job with those guys, and that's not a necessarily easy place to win at, and he's done a good job the last 4 or 5 years there of getting that place to be a football town. Their numbers are down. They graduated quite a bunch of seniors last year on both sides of the ball, because they were a pretty dang good football team last year. Went too deep in the playoffs. But they got 2 kids that absolutely scare the living daylights out of anybody, and Jesse Varela and Cesar Chavez. And those 2 kids can flat out fly and make plays. Varela's a quarterback, Chavez is a tailback, and they don't do anything different than they did last year. Except those 2 kids can make you hurt real bad. We watched last year's film. We had a ton of success running the football last year. We had 6 turnovers, I think, is what we had in that game last year. So we did a lot of things last year, shoot ourselves in the foot, and then play really bad defensively. I mean, the opening kickoff, the Chavez kid broke it and returned it. So we got our hands full on Friday. We're excited. We got to find a way to keep Chavez and Varela in front, keep them in the pocket, and keep them in between the tackles, because if they get loose, I don't know if we got anybody who can catch them.
Yeah, and I mean, the message has got to be to the guys, this year that, I mean, you all could very easily be 4-0 sitting right now. If weather obviously isn't an impact, and I mean they've played well enough to win every football game.
We have, and like I said, whether it's one side of the ball or not, we've played well enough to give us a chance to win. And we told our kids, one of our kids said we could be 4-0 right now. We could, but we're not, and we're 1-2, and we've lost 2 games by 2 touchdowns combined. So we got to find a way to get over that hump, and maybe it's this week where we can find that big hump and get over and kind of get this thing going, snowball downhill for us, especially going into those last 4 games of the year against top 4 teams in the state, which we want to play well at and try to get a game.
And should also mention that this is the next to last home game of the year, so if you haven't been out to see Tiger football this year, there's only a couple more opportunities. It is Military Appreciation Night coming up this Friday as well for you guys.
It is. Like I said, yeah, we're top heavy in the schedule of having home games, so we're about to be some road warriors. It is Military Appreciation Night. They got some cool things planned for that. Still working on trying to get that flyover deal done. That'd be pretty cool. I wish we could get that one done. But it's Military Appreciation Night. It's the second to last home game. We won't have another home game for 2 more weeks until October 11th or 18th, somewhere around there. The other big thing is we've got a young lady named Ariana Diaz, who's going to be a co-captain for us and come hang out with us in pregame and lead us out of the tunnel. She's going to be wearing a Tiger jersey on the sidelines with us. And we want everybody to come out there and see that phenomenal girl. And if you haven't got a chance to hear her story will greatly impact you and touch you to the soul. And we got to hear that last Thursday when she was our character guest speaker. So we're excited to get her out there on Friday and get her under the lights and let her realize that she's a part of our family. And hopefully we can play well in honor of her and play well for this community and this town who you're starting to figure out that Tiger football is on a different turn now, being a consistent thing where it's not just a 1 or 2 year deal. We want this to be a consistent production and performance week in, week out, and year in, year out.
Yep, I know you dedicated your season to her, and the entire team is hoping to raise some funds for childhood cancer awareness. And
yeah, they're going to do some things at the game on Friday. We did it last year with Bella when she was our co-captain, and we dedicated our season to her. They're going to be passing around buckets in the stands on Friday, and all that money is going to go directly to Ariana and her family to help with expenses. So we want to see a big crowd out there to watch a great football game and watch a great football team in our Tigers, but be out there and support our community. And this young lady is an absolute trooper, man, and she's part of our community, and we want this community to realize that and come love on her and embrace her the way that we did with our football program and our cheer program, and just give back to our community and the kids in this place, because it's a really special community that we're lucky to be a part of. I'm lucky to be a part of it and live here, and my family is, and we want this community to relish that moment on Friday night. It's going to be a pretty cool night.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll see you on Friday.
I appreciate it, Charles.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of 1 or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. The Alamogordo Tiger Band just wrapped up their performance. We're getting to the national anthem, and the Tigers, well, I suppose they were going to run through the tunnel, but I think the wind has taken down our tunnel, unfortunately. It's blowing straight out from the west pretty much, so across the field. Not something we can really, or I really noticed up here in the press box, so definitely definitely a case of the wind maybe having a little bit of an impact, especially if it gets into the kicking game at all coming up tonight. Well, you heard Coach Sisko talk about the 2 players to watch out for tonight for the Deming Wildcats, and they're both skilled guys, Cesar Chavez and Jesse Varela. Chavez, they actually list him as a fullback, so maybe they're going to use him more of in an up-back situation than as just a regular tailback. Chavez is used, or not Chavez, but Varela is used as a wide receiver. And I think at quarterback they're going to be a little young. Both the guys that are listed at QBs on their sheet here are sophomores. So, and I know that they've had some challenges with getting numbers out and things such as that. So, listen, you've got talented kids that are going to go out there and play hard. I think you're going to get a good football game. And Deming has played pretty well this season. They struggled against Artesia and Goddard. I don't think that's too big of a surprise in how good those two teams are. There's a pretty wide gulf between the top teams in 5A and even the mid-level teams. It looks like Goddard, Artesia, Roswell, and Los Lunas again. We'll see maybe if the teams in the northwest part of the state, Piedra Vista and Farmington, might be a part of that. But this is a talented team the Tigers are going to see tonight. We'll tell you more about it right after a quick break while they perform tonight's national anthem. And we should be ready for kickoff here soon here on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speeds, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winter Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Well, welcome back to Tiger Field and about ready for tonight's kickoff as the Tigers face off against the Deming Wildcats. And neither team has made their way out from the locker room quite as yet. The Wildcats, actually I see the Tigers now. Tigers in their white pants with black jerseys, gold numerals, the black helmets with the gold Tiger logos. And I believe Deming is wearing white pants with their colored jerseys as well from what we saw earlier. So usually you got the team in all white or at least a white top, but it depends on, I'm sure, how that team decides on their jerseys or whatever it may be. But already talked a little bit about Varela and Chavez. For the Tigers, again, it was a solid game for them last week. I thought they did some good things. Defensively, I was impressed with how they were able to slow down the Lovington quarterback, who is an exceptionally talented young man. We're able to at least get some stops on him. The big thing for the Tigers last week, at least on the defensive side, is getting off the field on third and long. They had some real problems with that last week against the Wildcats, so they're, I'm sure, hoping to clean that up tonight. Meanwhile, for the Tigers offense, a lot of good things, I think, to take away from that Lovington game as well. They put up some good points on the scoreboard. And, I would also say their ability to run and pass the football well last week. Sean Hayes ran the ball well in the first half. Ryan Viescas, I felt like, had his best game of the season. It looked very comfortable throwing the football, standing in the pocket, and something I think to be excited about if you're a Tiger fan. And then in the second half, the Tigers utilized the Wildcat look a little bit more, where they had Julio Mendoza as the Wildcat quarterback, and he would run it. He passed it a few times, did some pretty solid job on the pass side of things, and some interesting folds and wrinkles to the Tigers. I guess wrinkle's probably the right word. Fold is a little bit neater than that, but some wrinkles to what the Tigers did or offensively that maybe will cause some challenges for what the Tigers are going to try to do here tonight against Deming. So I think some stuff to watch out for on that end of things, and we'll also be curious to watch and see what happens with the Tigers in the special teams with the kicking and with the win tonight. If the Tigers obviously have to kick some field goals, or it becomes a punting and a field position type game, that could be something interesting to watch tonight with some of the weather coming into the area. We're just crossing our fingers. No lightning. It can rain. It can be windy. It can do pretty much anything else. Let's just stay away from the lightning for once this season. Come on. Crossing our fingers big time on that. Got a pretty good crowd in the stands, but there's still plenty of time for you to get down here and support the Tigers tonight. Always a fun thing to come out to the football stadium on Friday night with the band and the cheerleaders, the choir, the fans, and hopefully a win tonight for the Alamogordo Tiger football team. The Wildcats have not come out from the locker room quite yet. We still got about 3 minutes left until 7 o'clock, so I assume they'll be on their way here before too long. Again, a few things that are going on tonight. This evening's game and this year's season is dedicated to Ariana Diaz, who is dealing with cancer, and this is the second straight year that the Alamogordo Tigers have gotten behind an area youth that has been dealing with cancer and raising money and raising awareness, and really a fine thing that the Alamogordo Tiger football program is doing. Again, they also have the Kick It for Cancer, where every point raises money, and I know the monies, Brett and his family have really been the ones to get that started with the Alamogordo Tiger program, and have done a fine job at promoting that over the last few seasons. So pretty impressive, and really tip of the cap to everyone involved there, and spending their time and doing those kind of things to aid somebody in need in our community. And it is Military Appreciation Night as well. They'll be having some stuff going on at halftime. As they've done in years past, I imagine they'll probably have a swearing in of some future military members. And so that is always an exciting thing to see, certainly in our community, which has always been such a great military community, and we love to support the Air Force Base and White Sands Missile Range, and we know they're so important to our community and to everything that we do, so we appreciate them so much. All right, we're getting a little bit close to kickoff. Deming has taken the field, and by the way, I had it backwards. They're wearing the maroon pants with the blue stripes and the white tops with the maroon helmets, kind of a reddish. I've never quite known what to go with on their color scheme. I'm going to go maroon. Anyway, so they're over on their sideline. The Tigers, I believe, will be kicking off this evening to begin the game. And both teams heading out into the field. It is a minute before 7 o'clock, so we are just about ready to get things going tonight. As we've got the Wildcats going right to left. That is south to north. The Tigers left to right. That would be north to south. And we'll see if the Tigers try to do anything interesting. They had a wonderful, it wasn't, a regular onside kick, just a little pooch kick that the Lovington Wildcats did not defend well last week, and the Tigers were able to recover. So we'll see if Alamogordo tries something here in the opening kickoff, or if they just let Brett sling this one deep and get this game underway. Oscar Payan is the head official, and it is a little pooch kick that is caught at about the 23-yard line and bouncing to the outside and right up the middle of the hashes is number 33, Jacob Hull, on the return. Check that, it was 32, Jordan Caballero. And I'll probably be challenged by reading some of those numbers tonight. Tigers defensively on the line are going to go with Shane Sargent, J.P. Madden, and Jarman Williams to start. Max Merrill in the linebacking core. Same with John Hughes is in there. Looking for Dakota LaSalle. I don't see him quite at the moment. And it is number 27. Elias Gonzalez is in there. And we'll tell you some of the DBs here in a second. It is a lead back to the right, a running back to the right, and a man in motion from left to right. Handoff on the jet sweep. Nope, the quarterback will keep it and run straight ahead. And a carry across the 40. And it is Caballero. So Caballero takes it across the 40 to the 42. That's a 5-yard gain. And a 2nd and 5 coming up for Deming. Again, they go from right to left on your radio dial to get this one started. Now going 3 wide receivers here. And Caballero in the shotgun, running back to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off, and a run straight up the middle. And breaking it into the open is Chavez. He is gone. Touchdown, Deming. 58-yard touchdown run. And Coach Cisco talked about Chavez's explosiveness, and we got to see it right there. He hesitated right before he got to the line of scrimmage, found a hole, and just ran straight ahead. There was nothing fancy about that run. That ball, I think, was snapped between the hashes, and he was running directly down the middle of the field. Appears to be a 2-point conversion try as Deming goes under center. And a toss play to the right goes to Chavez. Chavez trying to stretch it out. Chavez working towards the goal line. He is able to get there. And just like that, Deming takes an 8-0 lead. A minute 1 into this game. It's Deming 8, Alamogordo nothing. Tigers were looking to get off to a faster start. Unfortunately, the Deming Wildcats had a different idea in mind. We'll come back after this.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Will take over, and the handoff goes to Hayes, but the Wildcats get into the backfield and stop him a yard in the backfield. And so the Tigers will face a 2nd down and 11. Now the Wildcats have come out much more aggressively here to start this game. It is just 3 plays in, but clearly standing out early on. Tigers go 2 wide receivers to the near side, lead back to the right, and Hayes will shift to the left of Viescas. And the handoff goes to Hayes. Hayes bounces it to the outside to the 30, stays in bounds at 35, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to get all the way to the 37-yard line, and a first down for Alamogordo. He'll pick up 13 after that 1-yard loss. So Alamogordo, most importantly, picks up a first down and doesn't jump on the field there and go 3 and outs after the long score from the Wildcats. And I'm sure the Tigers would, if they can't score immediately, like a sustained drive here, keep that Deming defense on the field. 1 wide receiver to the near side, 2 running backs in the backfield with Viescas. A little bit of a different look here. Handoff goes to Hayes. Hayes goes to the right side. Hayes, 45-50 up the near sideline. 45. He again stays in bounds and picks up another couple of yards. That's a new wrinkle that we haven't seen as well. A split back look for the Tigers. And they are going to take it all the way to the Deming 40-yard line. That's a 24-yard gain. And the Tigers back-to-back first downs. And running off tackle here. They're bouncing it to the outside. Tigers, more often than not this season, have tried to run it up the middle. And on this drive, it's been more, let's try to bounce it to the outside. Here's a snap, and LaSalle is going to get the handoff this time. LaSalle trying to bounce to the outside, not able to get much. She'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Alamogordo. So yeah, I don't think we've seen the split back look at all with 2 guys in the backfield with Viescas. Usually there's been a lead back. We've seen the Wildcat look. We've seen a little bit different, but clearly Coach Cisco wanting to bring something different tonight. And now going to switch it up again, different formation with 3 wide receivers. And the Tigers switching things up on the line. Running back moves to the right. Viescas, handoff, Hayes, little jump stop in the backfield, and he'll push forward for some pretty positive yardage. Gets shoved back. The officials weren't very quick with the whistle there, and also didn't give very good forward progress there. I thought Sean probably got to the 37, but they're just going to give him the 38. That's a 2-yard gain. And a 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Already a big moment here. 8:35 to go in the first quarter. And Alamogordo is trailing 8-0 after a long touchdown run from Deming. Tigers line up, trips to the near side. And I think that's Julio Mendoza as the lone back. So he'll shift into the backfield here. And Mendoza's going to roll to his right. And he's going to reverse his field now. Trying to get away from some defenders. Gets a good block ahead, and he's going to get the first down. He's to the 30, up the far sideline. And that was some pretty good patience. I think I see a penalty flag, though, that's back at about the 32-yard line. I wonder if we're going to get a crackback block or some kind of illegal block in the back here. They're going to say illegal block in the back on Alamogordo. So the Tigers are going to get called for a block in the back. Mendoza would have had a first down at the 25. It'll make it a 3rd down and I think 12. So they'll mark it from the 32 back to the 42. So it'll be 3rd down and 12. Tigers lose the first down, more importantly. That's the yardage is not great, but the not getting that first down. So 3rd and 12 now. Alamogordo needs the 30, and they're on the Deming 42. Could be 4-down territory here. Don't need to get it all in one shot. Viescas back to throw, and he's going to get sacked. Pocket collapses, and the Tigers' offensive line has definitely let some of these Deming players through on these blitzes. And it's all the way back to the 48-yard line. 8-yard loss on the sack. So the Tigers will be forced to punt, and certainly not what they were looking for after Deming goes down the field and scores. And the block in the back stops the Tigers' drive. And Money, goes through his legs. He's got time here. He can get it away. And he's able to recover and get away. An okay punt. This is going to bounce just outside the 20 up the sideline, and it's going to be all the way down to the 14-yard line. So good composure there from Brett Money to avoid a disaster there. And Deming didn't have a heavy rush on. That certainly helped things considerably, but it'll end up being a 36-yard punt, a 34-yard punt. 34-yard punt, and Deming will start inside their own 15-yard line. 6:56 to go here in the first quarter. Deming leads Alamogordo 8-0. The Deming running game looked very good in those first two plays. Mind you, we have only seen 2 plays. I got to shore up the defense a little bit if you are the Tigers. All right, looks like a different running or a different quarterback in this time. Fake of the toss, and Varela is going to keep it to his right, and he's going to bounce for a first down. Runs off right side across the 20, and the Wildcats pick up first down on first down, take it all the way to the 27-yard line. That's a 13-yard gain for Deming, and they're quickly back at it here, going under center this time. And Varela will go an inside handoff, and the Tigers have that stopped pretty quickly. This time it's number 42 on the carry. Chacon gets the call this time and only gains 2 yards. So we've seen 4 different players already run it for the Deming Wildcats, and they've got a 2nd down and 8 from their own 30-yard line. 2 wide receivers. They'll go under center, offset eye to the right. And Varela will roll on the bootleg to his left, throws, and it is... Boy, not sure. It looked like he had 2 receivers in the area, both number 32, Jordan Caballero, and also number 5, Esteban Lopez. And there was also a Tiger in the area. I think it deflected off of Caballero's hands. And the Tigers, they had to respot the ball here. They had it in the wrong spot. But 3rd down and 8, and this was a spot where the Tigers really struggled last week, was getting off the field on 3rd down. Let's see if they can make it happen here. Wildcats, again, are in the shotgun. Varela is the quarterback here. Moves the man in motion from right to left. He's a lead back. Varela, a little option toss out to the side, and Chavez has got a big hole to the 40. Chavez still on his feet, and the Tigers weren't able to keep the edge there. And Chavez all the way out to the 45, and it's a first down for the Tigers. 15-yard gain for Cesar Chavez. Already has that big 58-yard touchdown run. And that was good option offense there. Varela held it. There was a Tiger that had his key on him, but when he tossed to the outside, the Tigers really didn't have anybody on Chavez. And it worked well. Quick toss and the bubble screen to the outside is complete. And Caballero has it to the 50. And, boy, the Deming offense is really cooking here and moving down the field and near a first down. I don't know if they're calling first down. They said stop the clock. And still haven't seen an official if they're moving the chains or not yet, or if they're going to measure. Okay, they were saying first down. Now the Tigers, again, not able to get off the field on that 3rd down play, and now Deming has it into Tiger territory at the 45. Ball on the far hash, and the Tigers are going to jump offside. Looks like Mira came across the line. So a 5-yard penalty on Alamogordo. Well, I know Coach Cisco discussed getting off to a fast start tonight. Deming is the team that has done that, and the Tiger defense really does not want to see themselves fall down 2 scores. Last week, though, they recovered from that against Lovington. 2 wide receivers to the top side, 1 to the bottom. And Varela takes the snap, hands it off Chavez. Chavez brought down the backfield. It is Max Merrill that jumps in there and sends him for a 3-yard loss. Well, they're going to give it just a 2-yard loss. So back to the 42-yard line. The ball is between the hashes now. Wildcats going right to left. And again, trips wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Lead back is to the right, and the running back to the left of Varela. Man in motion from right to left. Varela takes the snap, fakes it, he'll keep it, trying to bounce it to the outside, and is able to get positive yardage across the 40, but is swung down to about the 38. And number 19 for the Tigers on the tackle, that is Austin LaSalle. And it's a gain of 4 for Varela. And another third down. It's 3rd down and 3. And this is another one of those areas that, unless it's a big loss here for Deming, I would expect them to go for it on 4th down. And maybe they try to throw it here on 3rd down, and they still have that option to run it on 4th down. But I think this is a predominantly running football team. Oh, and a false start on Deming. That will not help things as their wide receiver up on the top side jumps off. And they got number 15. Unfortunately, I don't have a listed 15 on the roster, so he's just number 15. 3:43 to go. And 3rd and 8 here for Alamogordo. Another 3rd and 8. They couldn't make it happen the last time. Let's see if they can do it here. Snap, and Varela will roll out to his right. He is pressured. Now runs straight up the middle, and the Tigers are going to have him stopped at the 42. Varela will get 1 on the carry, and a 4th and 7. And let's see what Deming decides to do here. I'm never a huge fan of punting on the positive side of the field, but if they do punt, and maybe they'll just, quick kick it here. Wouldn't be surprised at that. Tigers aren't playing anybody deep, but they're going to play this like Deming's going for it. 4th and 7. See if Varela maybe just tries to pooch kick it here. Now he's going to roll to his right, and Tigers had one hand on him. Varela's going to make a couple guys miss, and he's going to get the first down. Spins away from another tackle up the near sideline, and is finally down at the 22-yard line. And the Tigers missing some tackles at key moments. It's a 20-yard gain by Varela, and another first down for the Tigers. Alamogordo had 2 guys that had a pretty good chance at bringing him down, and unfortunately were unable to do so. So it'll be a 1st and 10, and for the second time, Deming converts. Now this time on a 4th down, but on an opportunity the Tigers had to get off the field, they were unable to do so. Trips again here for the Wildcats, and the handoff goes to Chavez. Chavez works it off the right side across the 20, falls forward to the 19. And it'll be enough for about a 4-yard gain on 1st down. 2nd down and 6 for Deming. So a 3rd down and a 4th down conversion on this drive for the Wildcats. And really credit Jesse Varela. He did a wonderful job on the option toss on the 3rd down on the Deming side of the field. And then that was just his athleticism that brought them that first down. He's in the shotgun. Chavez to his right. Man in motion from left to right is Caballero. And he will give it to Chavez. Chavez goes straight up the middle. They fake the jet sweep and send the running back straight up the middle to the 16-yard line. That's enough for a 3-yard gain for Chavez. A little more motion there in that set. Bring the slot wide receiver off from the near side to the far. You maybe freeze the Tigers defense a little bit and just give it to your tailback running straight ahead. I think that's the play that they got the touchdown on earlier, the big run. It is 3rd and 3. Varela takes a snap. Chavez gets the ball. Chavez looking to bounce to the outside. Chavez to the 10. Got the first down. He's out of bounds and will be out at the 9-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain, and that is another Deming first down on this drive. So the Tigers were hoping for maybe a sustained drive, and we've got a timeout called by Alamogordo on defense. It'll be a 1st and goal for Deming at the 9-yard line with 1:04 to go in the first quarter when we come back.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Welcome back. The Tigers are trailing 8-0, and Deming is threatening to take a 2-score lead here. And the Tigers really in need of a stop. But the way Deming's been able to move the football, if they can hold them off from making 9 yards here, that'll be a real change of pace here from what we've seen in this game. And really impressed with the Deming Wildcats, I got to say. A team that has moved the ball well, really have dominated the line of scrimmage, and they're skill guys. And we knew that Varela and Chavez were going to be tough to stop, but boy, those two guys have played well. Trips wide receivers again. They're going to go offset eye to the right, and a new running back in there for Deming. And the toss play goes right up the middle. They'll go to number 1, Elmer. Oh, Jody Reza, I'm sorry. Reza gets to the 5 on an inside toss play. 4 yards, and looks like Deming going a bit more power here in this look. Under center, and Varela gets behind the fullback, gets spun down, and he's fighting for the touchdown here. They're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line. He was spun away from the defender and kept working his legs, and probably would have only got about a yard gain. He gets up 3 though gets 3 because of the extra effort. And actually, I think they only gave him the 2. Actually, it's a 3rd down and 2 for Alamogordo, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So it's been all Deming for the most part. Tigers trail 8-0, and we'll try to come up with a goal line stand. 3rd and 2 coming up when we switch sides after this break. You're listening to Tiger Football. It's the Wildcats 8, the Tigers nothing.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Start of the second quarter, it's Deming 8, Alamogordo nothing. They switch sides with Deming on the going left to right now on the south side of the field. And 3 wide receivers, man under center. They'll have a fullback to the right, and looks like Chavez is back in there as the tailback. Varela is the man that'll go under center. Varela takes a step back and runs straight ahead. Is he in for the touchdown? I haven't seen a signal yet. I don't think so. They did not give him the touchdown. They're going to say it is just short of the goal line. So it's a 4th down, and the Tigers have an opportunity to come up with a big stop. Can they get a goal line stand? So it is right at the goal line. Really just need a push from the quarterback from Varela. Varela under center again. And they go toss play to the right, and Chavez is going to get it.
Touchdown for number 22, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez goes on the toss, and I think probably Tigers were expecting just the straight run up the middle, but Chavez gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Deming went for 2 the first time. We'll see if they do it again here. They lead 14-0. They look like they will. Trips with a lead back off to the right, more of a tight end. And Varela out of the shotgun. Varela takes it, and we've got penalty flags. And a false start, it looks like, on Deming. I don't even know if they really have it. I don't think I saw them practicing any kicks in the pregame, so not sure they even have anybody to use. Or, well, maybe they're going to wave off the flag. Maybe they thought illegal formation and changed their mind. I don't know. So we'll try it again here. This is a 2-point conversion. Tigers down 14-0. And, boy, they're going to need a score when they get back on the field offensively. Snap. And Varela, quick throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Kind of surprised they went with a pass there on that play. They've been running the ball so well. Why are you throwing it with 2 yards to go? But the 2-point conversion this time is no good on an incomplete pass. That's a little bit of a break for the Tigers. They're only down 2 scores, or at least 2 scores with 2 2-point conversions. 14-0 Deming. Well, we'll be right back.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of 1 or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Tigers return the kickoff to about the 35. And I have no idea how there wasn't a late hit penalty on Deming. It was right in front of one of the officials, and you could see Coach A.J. Sisko was not happy with the near line judge who did not make a call on that play. The officials had blown the whistle already, and Deming was continuing to push and push and push. And for some reason, no flag there. The snap, and the handoff goes to Hayes. Hayes right up the middle. Hayes with some good blocking. Hayes breaks a tackle, 50. Hayes at the 40. A good run for the Tiger junior, I should say, all the way out to the Deming 37-yard line. And the Tigers with a big gainer right off the bat, and exactly what they want, a 28-yard run from Hayes. Good blocking up front. So 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. The snap and the handoff. Hayes up the middle. Not as much room to run this time, but he's going to push across the 35. And again, a little extra pushing. Getting a lot of wind here. This time, it looks like the wind has shifted a little bit. It's actually blowing off the mountain a bit. A 4-yard gain for Hayes. And ball's at the 34. The snap and the handoff, and nothing there for Hayes, and Hayes gets pushed back. He'll lose a yard on the play.
Number 5, Sean Hayes on the carry. Come on, Tiger fans. Let's run it, old boys.
Tigers on a third down and 8. Go 4 wide receivers, running back to the right of Viescas. Here's a blitz. Viescas has got time and throws it right to a Deming player in the middle of the defense, intercepted at the 50. He's going to be brought down from behind. Good pursuit there from Julio Mendoza. And Mendoza, I don't know, maybe trying to hold on to the ball like he stole it away from him, but not totally sure where Viescas was intended to go. I think he thought that there was a Tiger kind of the vicinity in the middle of the field, but, I mean, it was right into the numbers of the Deming player. And the Tigers with a huge turnover. Deming gets the ball at the Alamogordo 39. I think, almost a middle screen or a dump off to somebody in the middle of the field, and it just was not there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Caballero in motion right to left. He's going to get it. Able to cut up field. Caballero at the 35 and still on his feet. Bounced out of some tackling, and the Tigers just not doing a good job of bringing these Deming runners down all the way to the 25-yard line. It's a 15-yard gain for Caballero. It looked like he was down about 10 yards before that and somehow stumbled out of it and kept his feet. And it's 1st and 10 from now at the Alamogordo 25. And Deming trying to put a stranglehold on this game in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers to the near, 1 to the top. Running back to the right of Varela. They'll move the tight end to the right, handoff Chavez. Chavez swung down. There was a good tackle as J.P. Madden brings him down after a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 here for Deming. Ball closer to the right hash on the Tigers' 23-yard line. Now going under center is Varela. Offset eye to the right. Varela, he will roll to his right, looking to pass, and completes to his tight end. To the 10, to the 5, putting his head down, and inside the 5-yard line goes number 42, Chris Chacon. And Chacon all the way to the 2 on a 21-yard completion. And I got to say, I am really surprised at how Deming is pushing around the Tigers tonight. I think more from a standpoint of, I'm surprised the Tigers are getting pushed around. I bet Deming isn't capable of it. And the handoff Chavez, we got a penalty flag. He's going to run into the end zone here. Let's wait and see what the penalty flag is. And they're going to call an illegal formation on Deming. So 5 yards back, the Tigers will get another chance to stop the Wildcats, but Tigers look a little shell-shocked, and it started on the second play of the game. Deming goes 58 yards on a touchdown. Tigers had a pretty nice drive going and unfortunately stalled out after a penalty flag and then a sack. The Wildcats would have a long drive following that and get into the end zone, and then an interception by the Tigers, and the Wildcats have moved down the field. Varela rolling to his left on the bootleg. Varela gets away from 2 Tiger tacklers and gets into the end zone. And that's been another theme of the night, is poor tackling by the Tigers. This is a team that did such a great job last week against Perez, who I feel like similar type of athlete compared to Varela or Chavez. And just, boy, it looks completely different for this Tiger team defensively. A 7-yard touchdown run for Varela and a 2-point conversion try again for the Wildcats. Man in motion from left to right and rolling to the right, and a quick throw from Caballero, and it is complete for the 2-point conversion, number 15. And the Tigers trail 22-0, 7:50 to go, second quarter. We'll be back.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Tigers recover an onside kick try from Deming. Didn't do it right to the 50-yard line. Another little pooch kick, and it was to the 40 on the Alamogordo side of the field. But, boy, this is just an absolute domination in this first half by the Deming Wildcats. Give those young men credit. They've come out and played exceptionally well, and the Tigers have really have not played particularly well here in this first half. There's still plenty of time, and we've seen this defense come up with some stops when they need to at times this year, but they're going to need stops, and they're going to need this offense to get down the field and score here. And the Tigers put it on the ground. It's a fumble, and Deming recovers. We do have a penalty flag here on the near side. Just a simple handoff from Viescas to Hayes. I think it's probably going to be an illegal formation on Alamogordo, would be my guess. So an illegal formation on Alamogordo and a fumble by the Tigers. This is pretty tough stuff to watch in all fairness. This is not the team that we've seen this season that has really shown massive improvement. Just making mistakes, and I'm not really sure what's going on, but Deming taking advantage of the Tiger mistakes, and they have a chance to go up 4 scores here if they can get one on this drive. 2 wide receivers to the near, 1 to the top. And I don't think that's Varela in at quarterback right now. Takes the snap, and now it's Caballero. Caballero going to throw it deep down the field, and the Tigers with some good defense. One of the Deming receivers slips and falls. He was looking back towards the sideline. I don't know if that was at his bench or at the official, expecting maybe a call on pass interference. Regardless, it's an incomplete pass. And so Deming has switched it up. We've seen, I think, 3 different guys in at quarterback in this game, whether it's been Varela or Caballero, and I don't think Varela's on the field right now, which is interesting. And Caballero's in at quarterback. Chavez is the tailback. Lead back to the left. Under center is Caballero this time. And toss play goes to the right. And the Tigers get back there and make a good stop. Good defensive play. It was Elias Gonzalez who jumped in there and got the stop. Max Merrill was in on the play as well. Check that. That is a different number 27 than I have on my roster. A Cameron. They keep on changing this roster on me this year. It's driving me crazy. I'll make sure I get the name right on that young man. He's had a couple of good plays tonight. All right. 2 wide receivers to each side, and the shotgun here for Deming. This is a 3rd and 16. Straight back to pass, and the throw is complete at the 30 to the 25, 20, 15 to the 10. It's Varela all the way down inside the 5-yard line. And for the first time, we saw Manuel Aguilar in at quarterback. And the Tigers just cannot come up with a stop when they need to. That is a 37-yard completion on 3rd and 16. And we talked about how last week that was a real problem for Alamogordo. And it's come back to bite them again here on this 3rd down, where the Tigers absolutely needed a play that was going to get them off the field there, and they don't get it, and now it's goal to go here for Deming with 2 wide receivers at the top, 2 to the bottom, and a shotgun look here for the Wildcats. Chavez to the left of the quarterback. Aguilar will give it to him. Chavez breaks a couple of tackles and gets into the end zone for another touchdown. 3 yards. His 3rd touchdown of the night. And it is all Deming. 6:27 to go. The clock stops. The Wildcats leading 20. Now it says 24. That's not right. And they need to fix the scoreboard. It was 22-0. It should be 28-0, and pending the 2-point conversion. And a timeout going to be called by Deming. Now, certainly the turnovers are a big issue for the Tigers tonight. An interception and a fumble. But let's be honest. I mean, the Tigers just haven't been able to stop what Deming is doing offensively, and we've seen them run the ball well against the Tigers. They have passed the ball well. And third downs and fourth downs. One big fourth down conversion. Wildcats have at least 3 big third down conversions, and the Tigers just not being able to get off the field defensively when they need to. And I'll be honest. I figured this would be a close game. I am shocked. I would have been shocked if the Tigers had come out here and hung, 28 straight to open up the game. And trying to get the Tigers roster here because there was a player that I have on my roster. The name is not correct. Let's see. Cameron Thomas was the young man who got the good tackle here earlier on this drive, and he also had a strong play earlier in the game as well. And the scoreboard's wrong again. It shows 30-0. It should be 28-0. If they get the 2-point conversion, it will be 30-0. Shotgun formation. Varela hands it off Chavez. Chavez bounces away from a Tiger defender and gets into the end zone. So it is 30-0 now. 6:22 to go, and the Tigers really in trouble here. They just need something positive to happen on the next drive. We will come back after this break. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. 6:22 to go, second quarter, and the Tigers are down 30-0. They'll have the ball near midfield. There was another onside kick try from Deming. And I talked about just the shell shock nature of this Tiger football team. They look out of sorts in every possible way. And we're waiting to, the chain gang to get set here before we start this particular drive. Tigers, again, at their own 49. Running back shifts to the right of Viescas. He's going to throw. Toss to the outside. Ball is complete to Mendoza. Mendoza trying to make a player miss, and he's going to be brought down. Well, where the Wildcats have been able to make Tigers miss left and right tonight, that is not the case for the Alamogordo skill players. They've had some nice runs tonight, but boy, you see how talented guys like Chavez and Varela are, but it's not just those two guys. We've seen so many players make positive plays for their football team, and boy, the Tigers offensively, I think they've run 10 plays tonight, 10 or 11. Hayes shifts to the right of Viescas on a 2nd down and 11. Ball in the far hash. They give it to Hayes. Hayes gets some room right at the middle. Hayes across the 40. He's got the first down. He'll get to the 38-yard. And that goes for 14 and a first down for the Tigers. So maybe look for some positive momentum here. Actually, they'll only give him the 39, so it's a 13-yard gain. Try to get a touchdown here. Come up with a stop before the end of the half. You get the ball to begin the second half and just try to chip away best you can. And maybe get into the locker room will be the best thing that will happen for the Tigers. But they have they have to score here if they want any chance in this game. And it may be too far gone at this point, but as much time as left, you don't want to say that. Hayes gets the ball in the handoff and bounces it off right tackle. Works near the 35-yard line. He'll get to the 36. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Cisco with 4:45 to go. Well, they still haven't stopped the clock yet. It's 4:40 to go, and they still haven't stopped the clock yet. 4:38, and now they finally stop it. All right, clock is stopped, and the Tigers will talk it over for the next play. We'll take a break and come right back.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. Ball in the far hash on a 2nd down and 7 for Alamogordo. 4:38 to go in the quarter, and the Tigers are trailing 30-0. If you're just tuning in, a shocking first quarter and a half of this game. It's been all Wildcats. Hand off to Hayes, picks his lane up the middle of the field and still working, and he's fighting for that first down. He's just about got it. Is finally pushed back by the Wildcats. Ball comes loose, and that is going to be after forward progress was stopped. And I think Sean's got the first down. He needed the 29, and it is a first down. And it will be a first down. So an 8-yard gain. And I think we have some rain that's possibly moving into the area. It's going to be close. We'll see. It is Julio Mendoza in at quarterback with split backs. Running back is off, or rather wide receiver's off to the right. And taking the snap, it's a little low. He's going to get some lead blockers running to his right. And Julio trying to find somewhere to go, but he's going to probably lose a yard. Play just got stretched out, and Deming with good pursuit and worked it all the way to the sideline. 3:40 to go. So again, I think if you're the Tigers, get it in the end zone here if you can. I think if you're Alamogordo, you probably need to go for 2-point conversions. Maybe it's not. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, you need to get a few 2-point conversions to try and get this game even. But I guess maybe you don't necessarily need to do it on this first touchdown if you can score. But getting way ahead of ourselves here. 2nd and 11. Viescas back in at quarterback, hands it off. Hayes trying to bounce the outside, gets a good hole. Hayes still on his feet to the 20. Hayes spins away from a defender and gets popped pretty good. But he is going to get the first down, it looks like, all the way to the 18-yard line. It is a first down for the Tigers, a 12-yard run for Sean Hayes, who's been the bright spot for the Tigers in this game. He has run the ball well. He's, I think, closing in on about 100 yards rushing in the first half. And they've stopped the clock, the near line judge. Oh, that's it. There's lightning in the area.
And it looks like we are on a lightning delay.
Okay, so the lightning again. I saw some umbrellas come up. The rain is, I guess, starting a little bit. So the fans have to leave, and boy, this would be if there was a game that the Tigers didn't have to finish, this would be the one that I think they would probably want to not finish. Not to be too cynical there, but hey, you know, I mean, you're down 30-0 before halftime. If you want the weather to do you a proper this season, which it hasn't so far. So lightning is obviously within 10 miles. And, you know, maybe this will be a chance for the Tigers to settle down and try and figure something out if we get a second half and the remainder of the second quarter in. I mean, that's certainly what you got to hope if you are the Tigers, that that's what you'll get. But just I'm going to be honest, I am shocked that this is what we've seen in this first half of play. Honestly, I thought the Tigers were going to be the better team in this game, and I'll tell you what, there is no doubt in my mind who the better team is, at least through that first, that first 20-plus minutes of play. I mean, it was all every aspect of the game. The Wildcats have been the better team. They've looked faster. I'm so surprised, but hey, there's a second half to go. We'll see if the Tigers can get it turned around. I think if they can, I think we'll get back on the field tonight, but man, I really thought we were going to get back on the field last week in Lovington, so what do I know? If the Tigers can get that score, maybe get things settled down in the locker room, just do a complete reset, and get a chance to get in the end zone, and then maybe put something together in the second half. But the biggest thing for Alamogordo is that they're going to have to figure things out defensively against this Deming offense, which they have not been able to stop at all tonight. I mean, it has been up and down the field for the Wildcats. Tigers have made some good plays, but especially on 3rd down and long and 4th down and long, haven't been able to do it. Wildcats have 2 4th down conversions. They've got, I think, 3 or 4 3rd down conversions tonight. So that'll be the things to watch for if we get going again tonight, which I hope we do. Tigers down 30-0. We are in a lightning delay. We'll take a break and come right back.
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speeds, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best Jefferson Market. Best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DettersonMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
I have never seen a year like this in regards to weather. The amount of weather delays that I've seen at various events for Tiger Sports this year is just ridiculous. I mean, between soccer and cross country and football, I don't know what's going on this year, why we have so many more thunderstorms throughout the month of September, which, hey, we can use the rain, I guess, but I don't know. Looking at my little phone radar here, there's a fair amount of scattered storms in the area. And I just got to tell you, from a karma standpoint, this would be the one game that would, if the Tigers could, erase it, that would be the best possible thing. Of course, that won't happen. We'll get this one restarted. Unfortunately for the Tigers, the first game against Valencia and then getting a chance to get back out there against Lovington, that didn't happen. So naturally, the way this season has gone weather-wise, we will get this game restarted. I guarantee it from that standpoint. But 30-0 if you're just tuning in. Deming leads. And let's recap what you've heard so far tonight. And unfortunately for Alamogordo, it has not been good. Deming got the opening kickoff. Second play from scrimmage. It was a 58-yard touchdown run by the Wildcats. That made it 8-0. Tigers got the ball and drove down the field and looked like they were going to have a first down at about the 20-yard line, but a block in the back called it back to a 3rd and 12. And then the Tigers were sacked and punted. And that was the end of the first quarter. The Tigers trailed 8-0. Deming, before that, took it all the way down the field. I think we were down to the 3-yard line, Deming was, and Deming would punch it in from 1 yard out. Cesar Chavez would get it in. The 2-point conversion was no good that time. That made it 14-0. Tigers got it back into Deming territory on the ensuing drive, but an interception gave the ball right back to the Wildcats, and Deming would march down the field and going from 7 yards out. Jesse Varela was able to do that on a first down play. And that made it 22-0. The 2-point conversion was good. The Tigers would fumble the ball on the very first play of the next drive, and the Wildcats would get down the field again with a Cesar Chavez 3-yard touchdown run, and that made it 30-0 with 6:22 to go in the second quarter. And we are in a lightning delay with 2:44 to go in the second quarter, with the Wildcats leading 30-0. Chavez, by the way, got the 2-point conversion on that last touchdown. But I'm straight up going to tell you, I am shocked. I expected this to be a close game. Wouldn't surprise me if Deming had won it, but I think it's clear the Tigers are playing very poorly. 2 turnovers and defensively not being able to get off the field again, which was their problem last week. And we saw at times in the Santa Teresa game too, not being able to get off the field on 3rd down and long or even 4th down and long has really been the Tigers make good plays on 1st and 2nd down, but on 3rd and 4th down they can't finish it off. And that's something the Tigers are definitely going to have to get better at if they want this season to show some improvement. But this was one of the games the Tigers really, if they're looking at playoff possibilities, they really needed to win this game. And right now they're in dire straits here. Which, hey, listen, if they can get it in the end zone and cut it down to a 3-score game, they get the ball back in the second half. If they can march down the field and score there, it's at least a 2-score game, and then your defense has got to start stepping up. Again, that's if we get started. I have no idea. It really depends on what the weather decides to do. We got storms that are kind of coming in from our southwest, moving towards the northeast, and there's a line of them. And I don't think there's anything too strong from a rain standpoint, but if there's lightning in the area, we're in trouble. And I mentioned it before the game, and we were watching the storms before the game, and I'd like to see this one get finished. But again, if the Tigers were to get some positive karma from the weather bad luck that they've had this year, it would be this game not being able to get going again, in all fairness. So the way this season has gone, unfortunately, in that way, you just get the feeling that that probably won't work out that way for the Tigers. But maybe the Tigers will settle down in the locker room, talk things over, come out to finish off the second half, see if they can get in the end zone, and then, from there, we'll see what happens. So we're in a hold. So I think we left the field about 10 minutes ago. It's 30 minutes from the last lightning strike. So I don't know when we'll actually get back out there on the field. But I can tell you, at least from my position here, I'm looking east. I haven't seen any lightning. Doesn't matter. The storms, I think, are behind us here in the press box. So I'm trying to think. I think at least 4 or 5 soccer matches have been affected by lightning this year. Cross country, their only home meet was affected by lightning this year. It's been that kind of season. And looking at the weather, I can't imagine that they're playing that game up in Tularosa, because I think Thule's actually getting some pretty good rain and storms up in that direction. So I know it's not raining a drop right here, and Thule's getting some pretty good rain. So I would assume that the Wildcats haven't got their game going against Hagerman, unfortunately. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll check and see if we got any scores from around the state, anything interesting to share with you guys from games across New Mexico and our area. And we're gonna keep it right here. I stuck with you guys during the Lovington weather. Might as well do it here as well. It's 30-0 Deming. There's 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and we left the field about 10 minutes ago. So at earliest, we'll probably get started again at 8:30. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Welcome back. You're listening to Tiger Football on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Unfortunately, another weather delay has befelled us. The Tigers are currently trailing 30-0. And we've got at least another 20 minutes or so until we actually get things going again this evening. So, haven't seen any rain here, but we knew there were some storms in the area. And we'll have to wait and see what happens here. My gut feeling is we'll get started again. My gut, I think, was actually right last week when I said I didn't think we'd get going again against Lovington. I don't remember what I said at the Valencia game, in all fairness. That was a month ago. I do my best to try to remember some of these things that I say on the radio. Have we already run through what we've seen so far for the the scoring in this game. The bright spot for the Alamogordo Tigers has been Sean Hayes. He's probably about 75 yards rushing on the night. And otherwise, the Tigers, fumble on a handoff, interception, just a tough night for Alamogordo. And I'll say it again, I am really, really surprised. I figured this would be an intriguing game between these two teams, and boy, Deming has just come out, and it's been up and down the field for them offensively and defensively. They've made the plays. I mean, the interception wasn't a very good one. I mean, it was thrown right to the Deming defender, and I guess kudos into dropping in. The linebacker kind of dropped back from where the defensive line was pushing, and so we've seen that. We see that at every level where sometimes the quarterback doesn't read that linebacker or even a defensive lineman that drops into coverage, and they throw it right to him. The fumble, I mean, that was right after Deming goes down the field and scores. I mean, it was just, what do you say? I mean, it's been one of those kind of games for the Tigers. So unfortunate, and if they get back out in the field, they'll at least have an opportunity to try to get it turned around, and we'll see what happens. But there is no doubt. I think the Tigers could have walked away from that Santa Teresa loss and feel like they were just as good as the team on the other side. I think the same with the Lovington game. Tonight, you just look there and Deming's been the better football team. They've executed the way that they've needed to. So kudos to their kids and how hard and how well they've played tonight. The other thing for the Tigers, man, they've got to tackle better. That's been the standout thing more than anything else, is getting a hand on a player but not being able to bring him down. Part of that is how talented, kids like Varela and Chavez and Caballero and a couple other players that have made some big plays tonight. But I tell you what, just the energy on the Deming sideline we've seen in this game has just been so up in this game. And I talked about it on the roundup. This has turned into what I would call a rivalry game. Tigers went through that 2-3 year run with Coach Hooper, where the Tigers put it to Deming pretty hard a few years there, including there was a pretty strong disagreement in the handshake line between the coaches after the game, probably about 4 years ago, I think. And then the last couple years, Deming's been the dominant team. And I think that, that's stayed in the mind. I'm sure a lot of these kids, I don't know if some of these kids were on that team, but it's clearly stayed in the mind of, that how much they want to win this football game. And it may just be, hey, they just want to win this football game. So a little bit of rain here on the window in my press box. Again, we're in a lightning delay. If you're wondering why I'm just yapping and not talking about the action on the field, they've cleared Tiger Stadium, and we'll see if we get this one restarted. Again, if you're the Tigers and Tiger fans, this is one you're okay if we don't get going again. I don't know what the decision would be if they would try to make it up, maybe have Deming come back over on a Saturday, or if they're, the Tigers don't have a bye week the rest of the way, so it's not as if there's a way to make it up. But yeah, if there's a game the Tigers would love to see not get finished, I know that sounds kind of negative, but and Deming's going to be cursing the sky because they get 2 more minutes to halftime, and this game's official. So a kind of a weird situation here. I don't think you want to have a game erased from the record like that if you're the Tigers, but you'll take what you can get, I guess, in some circumstances. But yeah, it's been a tough start for Alamogordo, but I'm still living the optimist mind. I think if the Tigers can get in the end zone here, if we get back out there before the end of the half, and they'll get the ball on the third quarter kickoff, get this game within 2 scores, maybe something will happen there. Maybe for Deming, it'll kind of, things will tighten up for them a little bit, make it a little bit of a tougher way to hold. But that's the big thing for the Tigers, is they would have to score on 2 consecutive drives, and we haven't seen that yet in tonight's matchup. Okay, we will take a break and come back. We'll hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week. It's Caitlin Helmick of Lady Tiger Volleyball. They're at home tomorrow as they host Oñate, and you'll hear that during the interview. So we'll hear from our great Tiger Sports sponsors, and we'll be back again. We're in a weather delay. 2:44 to go, second quarter, with Deming up 30-0 on the Alamogordo Tigers.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. This is the ESPN Alamogordo Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by Vision Ford Lincoln and the Winter Circle. This week's athlete is Caitlin Helmick of Lady Tiger Volleyball. Now, how do you feel like you played so far this season? I know the team has really been working hard all year long.
I've been trying my best. You know, there's always that one game where you're like, man, I could have done more, or I wish I did more. So I'm always trying to push myself harder, say I can go harder, I can definitely do better, that kind of stuff. We've been working so hard. Honestly, all 3 teams, it's been amazing to see them push so hard.
Yeah, and I know, from a win-loss standpoint, it's not gone the way that you guys wanted to this season, but you guys are still trying. The competitiveness is still there in a lot of the matches. Do you guys feel that spirit within the team that you guys are still trying to work towards something?
Oh, yeah. We'll be going back after games. We're like, man, we could do this again. We can totally do this. We'll push so hard, and we're looking at ourselves like, we can do this. Just push a little harder. I see them all, like all 3 teams, back after the game, and at practice, they're just ready to go again, with smiles on their faces, ready to play, having fun. What I like to see.
What do you remember most about playing with Lady Tiger Volleyball? I mean, is there a particular memory or just the overall camaraderie among the team? What stands out for you being a part of this program?
Kind of what I remember most is like the team bondings. Like throughout the entire years, what I remember most is all the players together enjoying their times outside of a sport. So you see how they really are.
Who got you started in volleyball? What age did you start playing?
I remember it was like 6th grade, something like that. I had a friend who played in college, and she helped me out literally at her apartment. They had a whole like court, the sand courts, okay. I believe. It was really crazy because I'm just this tiny little girl learning from this big old college player how to play, and I was like, wow, I really want to be like her one day.
Oh, and you sprouted up, though.
I mean,
yeah.
Obviously,
you've gotten that icon for yourself, too. So have you started thinking about after high school? What's next for you? What's graduation coming?
Yeah, I know I want to pursue my major, all that kind of stuff, and it'd be really great to play volleyball, too, in college.
Okay. Do you know what you want to do in college? Is it pursue
Oh, yeah. I want to be an athletic trainer, that kind of stuff.
Any school that you have in mind, or haven't decided on that yet?
I haven't decided on that one, as long as one takes me.
There you go. That's all that matters, right? And what have the coaches been telling you guys? Got 9 games left in the regular season, of course, district tournament as well. What have they really been pushing on you guys as you try to, get some wins here as the season progresses?
They've really been pushing our drive, trying to motivate us to see why we play, why we want to play, what motivates us to play, that kind of stuff. So when you're on the court and you get down on yourself, you remember why you're playing, and then you have something to try and pick yourself back up.
Well, we get to see the Lady Tigers at home on Saturday. They host Oñate. Varsity plays at noon with JV and freshmen before that. Get out there and see all 3 teams. As Caitlin said, they're all working really hard. Caitlin, congratulations on being out for the week.
Thank you.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of 1 or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speeds, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. It's Deming 30, Alamogordo nothing. And we're in a weather delay. 2:44 to go in the second quarter, right before halftime. Tigers would have the ball, I think, down the Deming 18-yard line. I think that's where they stopped the markers there. So I have a pretty good feeling we're going to get this one going again. Deming doesn't have too long of a road trip. That's the biggest key in all of this is the bus drivers. They have to hit the road by a certain time. And I think with it being only the 2.5-hour trip to Deming, we should be all right. Finally starting to see the lightning now in looking out the front of the press box here. It's been behind us pretty much the whole time, but I'm definitely seeing some flashes of lightning out there. So this could still be a pretty decent wait. Now, I thought that the rule was you could only have, I think, 3 lightning delays, so you could only go like an hour and a half. But I think the bottom line is, as long as the bus drivers can get on the road at a decent hour, then we would get it started again. So, yeah, I've got a pretty good feeling we're going to get this one going again. And I'm not quite ready to count the Tigers. I know it's dire straits right now. It's 30-0. But maybe this will be a little bit of a blessing in disguise. You get a chance to settle down. Maybe, Deming loses a little bit of their focus. I think that's, kind of the way that you could view it at the end of the day. You'll take anything that you can get when you're down by 30 points. In my time here, I don't think I've seen the Tigers come back from more than a 3-score deficit to win a football game. So it would definitely be a surprise. But again, I am very surprised at what we've seen so far in this football game. I did not anticipate the Tigers having this much of a trouble in the first half, or at all for that matter. So really, all credit to Deming. They've come out and they look great in this game, and the Tigers just look about a step and a half slow as compared to what Deming is doing, especially on offense. Their defenders. I mean, they'll stop a Tiger in his tracks and then be gone. I mean, it's there's a moment where like, oh, he's gonna get him, and then he's past him before you even have a chance to really figure out what exactly happened. So just surprising from my standpoint, but maybe I shouldn't be. I haven't seen Deming play this year, so clearly I didn't give them enough credit in my mind of how good of a football team this was, but I think it's a combination of that and the Tigers have not played well in this game. 2 turnovers, had to punt on the other drive, and they're on their current drive. I mean, that's where we are. I mean, Deming's had 4 drives, and they've scored on all 4, and they've converted 3 2-point conversions. The Tigers have turned it over twice, had to punt, and are on their 4th drive of the game. That's what this game has been. And Deming has had a couple of long, sustained drives where they run the clock a little bit. Tigers haven't been able to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. I'm sure there's some more intricacies to it if you're really breaking it down and watch the film as to why things are going the way that they are tonight. But that's been the reality in this football game, unfortunately, if you're an Alamogordo Tiger football fan. But yeah, just on their heels a little bit, and been a tough one so far. Let's see some score updates from around the state. Artesia's leading Lovington 20-14. I was curious to see how well Lovington could hang with Artesia there, and they've done a good job. And I mean, there's a perfect example of how well the Tigers played against Lovington last week. This is not the same football team. Very strange. I don't know if it's the home game stuff or sometimes you can keep your focus a little bit better when you're on the road, but week to week, that's one of the things with high school sports that I think probably enough people don't take into account is 16, 17, and 18-year-olds and how they perform from week to week. And certainly that's an aspect to it, and that's the team and the coaches and everybody getting prepared the way that they need to. I mean, it's all a part of it. Santa Fe High leading St. Mike's 8-6. Bloomfield's up on Valencia 21-0. Highland leads Valley 13-7. La Cueva is leading Albuquerque High 28-0. Goddard and Los Lunas are scoreless at halftime. That's an interesting scoreline there. Not terribly surprising. Both those teams have great defenses. I'm not sure they're quite as dynamic on the offensive side on each end, but what else we got here? Artesia, by the way, is pulled away from Lovington. It's now 32-14. Cooper out of Lubbock is beating Clovis 27-12. Mayfield's leading Oñate 50-20. A wild score there. El Dorado beating Del Norte 48-0. Santa Fe High 14-6 over St. Mike's. That score had increased by the last update that I'd seen. So there's one group of score updates, and let me see. By the way, thanks to Austin Denton up there at 101.7 The Team in Albuquerque for posting those score updates on Twitter. Let's see what NMOT Sports has. Eunice leading Texaco 20-13 at half. That game's a little bit closer than I think I would have anticipated. Let's see. Santa Rosa leading Laguna Acoma 41-8. That's at half. Robertson 35-0 leading Tucumcari. Cruces High leading Hobbs 31-0. That game's closing in on the second half. West Las Vegas 20-0. They lead Gallup. That game is at halftime. Fort Sumner wins at halftime over Crown Point 50-0. And let's see. Any other scores that we haven't already mentioned? I don't think so. Should also throw out there that we've got sports across the area. I don't have any updates for you from the Capitan tournament today. I'll have to text Coach Montes and Coach Arasumi. Their respective teams, Tularosa and Cloudcroft, are up at the Capitan tournament this weekend. Alamogordo volleyball, we just heard from Alamogordo's volleyball's Caitlin Helmick, who's an athlete of the week for this week. They're playing tomorrow against Oñate. Noon start time for varsity there. We've got soccer tomorrow, Alamogordo boys soccer. We're really looking for a win against Las Cruces High. They'll start varsity at 11 a.m. tomorrow. 11 a.m. start time for varsity for the girls on the road tomorrow as they take on the Lady Bulldogs. And Alamogordo cross country, Cloudcroft cross country, both at the Oñate meet tomorrow, which starts at 9 a.m. Okay, we are still in a weather delay here. I haven't heard any updates one way or the other. there's definitely still a lot of storms in the area. And what I learned from last week, and I was talking about just a little while ago, is, the biggest thing is the bus drivers have to get on the road by a particular time. I think we've got a decent amount of time to wait for that. I think they can probably wait until 10:30, 11:30, because it's not that long of a road trip, maybe even close to midnight. So I think we'll get going. When we actually get going is a completely different question mark on all of that. So whether it's around 9 or 10 or I don't know. I'll try and talk during that whole amount of time. I don't think I have that much material. We might be going to some national sports here during our weather delay, so bear with us wherever you may be. Honestly, if you just want to check in every now and then, I don't blame you. It's okay. I'm not going to have a whole lot of new material for you guys, unfortunately, but we'll let you know what's probably about 20 minutes or so. We'll run through what we've seen in the game again so far, and we'll do some other stuff, a little bit more lightning. That's the big thing. You see the lightning and you go, okay, how far away was that? Does that push the delay even further? So we shall see. Let's go ahead and take another commercial break. We'll hear from our sponsors again. It's a weather delay. It's Deming in control, 30-0 with 2:44 remaining here in the quarter. These are the ones that are a little more frustrating, by the way. That's the second quarter, because there's no rain. You kind of smell it a little bit. You're not really even hearing thunder, but then again, they've got the music going so loud here, I'm not sure I would hear the thunder even, even if it was, so I don't know. So, yeah, we'll take a break. Again, Deming leads 30-0. It's a lightning delay. We've been stopped for about 40 minutes now, so we'll hopefully get started again soon. Stands are empty. I have noticed some of the fans are still sticking around. Clearly the Deming fans on the far side, they've really got nowhere to go until this one's officially called, and hopefully the Alamogordo fans will stick around and come back and watch the back half of this game. All right, we'll take a break, come back. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. We're at least 30 minutes into our weather delay, and we still got storms in the area. I think, obviously, the question is how long they'll wait this out. I guarantee you Deming is going to wait this out as long as they possibly can. Because, heck, I mean, they're 2:44 getting away to halftime. It would have been an official game there. Tigers, I mean, they may not be nearly as I think they probably want to get back out there in the field. But if the weather doesn't play to the favor of getting this game started again, I don't know if the Tigers are really going to get too upset over this one. But I know that's not the way the Tigers want to see this go. They want to get it back out there and play and finish this game. But 30-0, 2:44 to go, second quarter, and Tigers are trailing 30-0 on the scoreboard. We got some college football games tonight. Penn State, man, beating up on Maryland, 45-0. That's Maryland's a hard one to figure out this year. I'm not really sure how they beat Syracuse earlier this year. Air Force is leading San Jose State 34-10. Duke beat Virginia Tech 45-10. Wow, go Duke. And then tonight you got 15th ranked Cal taking on Arizona State, a late game on ESPN. Should mention you can listen to New Mexico State University football here on ESPN Alamogordo tomorrow. 5 o'clock pregame, 6 o'clock kickoff as they take on Fresno State. We've got an NFL triple header for you coming up on Sunday with the Raiders and the Colts in our opening game of the day. The second matchup. Now I need to find my schedule because I'm messing this up. It's the Bucs at the Rams. And then, of course, Sunday night, you've got the Cowboys at the Saints. So NFL triple header for you here on ESPN Alamogordo on Sunday. We've got college football in the evening tomorrow for you on your Saturday. And we'll have baseball playoffs for you all next week with the wild card games, and divisional rounds will start there as well. So looking forward to the start of the Major League Baseball postseason. I don't know if you have been paying attention or not, but the Rays and the A's clinched the 2 wild card spots tonight. The Indians lost to the Nationals. So all the playoff spots in baseball are clinched. Still some home field, and the NL Central still has to be figured out between the Brewers and the Cardinals. So not everything is quite decided on that side of things, but still some things. Let's see. Cardinals and Cubs are tied 1-1 in the 6th. The Brewers are trailing the Rockies 8-2. So now what the Brewers needed if they wanted to catch the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have been pretty darn good in late innings against the Cubs this season. So I don't know how that one's going to end, but if it's close and it comes down to the Cubs bullpen, that's probably not going to be the best thing for the Brewers if they want to catch the Cardinals. So I'm sure the Nationals are happy they getting closer to clinching home field in that NL wild card game. If you're wondering why I'm talking about baseball, well, heck, I'm just trying to fill time. Let's be honest. We're in a weather delay. We've talked plenty about what's happened in the game so far. We've only had about a half of play, but it's still, hey, it's where we are. I figured I would throw in some national stuff for you for those of you that may just be tuning into ESPN Radio tonight and looking for some thoughts on what's going on in tonight's sports world. So, all right, Tiger football. Deming tonight. They're down at Chaparral coming up next Friday night, and then at Los Lunas the following Friday. The next home game after this is Goddard on the 18th of October, and then they'll finish off the season at the Wool Bowl on the 25th against Roswell High, and then the 1st of November, I should say. The 1st of November, it is a game against Artesia. And boy, just got a text from Tim Brock, who's on our KNMZ Football Roundtable. I figured the weather was a reason why the Tularosa game hasn't started, but I guess there's a security concern out at that game. So I really don't want to say too much there, but I certainly don't want to get anybody concerned on that. But yeah, they're having some type of security problem out at Tularosa High School, and that's Tim's getting that from the head of officials. So hopefully everybody is okay out there at Tularosa, and that's a scary situation from what it sounds like. So don't want to say too much one way or the other on what's going on there, but hopefully nothing too bad has happened out there at Cerny Stadium. So Hagerman and Tularosa were supposed to play, and hopefully it's just a precautionary thing that's going on out at Tularosa High School. And that's that's the night version. Manny Gonzalez is listening, and as he says, getting the roundup night version. Yeah, that's kind of what you're getting right now. It's basically me doing. Hey, listen, this is my third essentially talk show that I've done today, which is not unusual for the football season. We have the KNMZ Football Roundtable, which of course you can listen to at 11 a.m. and you can hear Tim Brock and you can hear Manny Gonzalez on that show, along with Lara Conway and Brandon Burling and Jake Roberts. It's a fun show. We have a lot of time. Okay, and the PA says we are in a weather delay at least until 9 p.m. So that's going to be the earliest I think that they can bring players onto the field is 9 p.m. is what we think. So anyway, if we hear anything what's going on in Tularosa a little bit more, that's at least concerning a security situation going on out there at that game. So we certainly hope that nothing too serious is happening there. We're in a weather delay here, which is, is what it is, and it's a safety thing, and that's the most important thing, is to make sure that nobody gets struck by lightning at all. So, yeah, this is, Tim's letting me know they haven't gotten out of the field, and the school is on lockdown due to an active shooter. I have no further information than that, so again, I don't want to cause any concern. I'm sure if, obviously folks out in Tularosa, they are taking care of business and making sure that, everything is, most importantly, that everybody is safe. So hopefully it's just a precautionary thing. There's something happening in the area, and they don't want to bring kids out onto the field. They don't want to, put it in that situation. So what a strange night, and that's. That particular term I've heard more than I want to hear in my lifetime, in all fairness. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and our thoughts out for the folks up in Tularosa. And again, we hope that it's a precautionary thing, and they're just trying to keep everybody safe and not risk anybody, because again, it is just a football game, similar to the lightning issue that we have here at the stadium. So. Again, we are in the second quarter, 2:44 remaining. Deming leads 30-0. The Tigers will have the ball on the 18-yard line of Deming if we get restarted. You may have heard it in the background over the PA, but I just mentioned as well, 9 o'clock is the earliest that we'll get started. We've been stopped since about 7:55. I think they'll probably wait this out. I guarantee you Deming is going to wait this out as long as they possibly can. So, all right, we will take a break and come back. Again, in a weather delay, 30-0. It's Deming leading Alamogordo. 2:44 to go second quarter, and we'll come back.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winner's Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt at home.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Well, for the third time this season, Alamogordo Tiger football is dealing with a weather delay. First week of the season against Valencia, the game got stopped right at the start of the second quarter and never got started again. It was an 8-0 win for, rather an 8-0. It was a nothing, actually. Just 8-0. Game didn't count because we didn't get to halftime. Last week, the Tigers lost 29-22 in a game that was called with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that was right after Lovington had scored a 67-yard touchdown. Tigers got the ball back, and the way that game had gone, you would have anticipated them being able to move down the field, but who knows? Very easily, Lovington could have won that game, but I really feel like Alamogordo had a good chance to win it if we had gotten through that final quarter plus. And tonight's probably a case where the Tigers wouldn't be too heartbroken if this one didn't get restarted, but I think based on the time that we have, it's not the Lovington road trip. So whereas, you have at least a 3.5 hour bus ride, Deming's probably got a 2.5 hour bus ride. And so that, I think, the options are a little bit further open. And the biggest thing is the bus drivers. The bus drivers have to leave by a certain time because they don't want them to be too tired. It's all about the safety of the kids. So, that's going to be the at the forefront. On top of, obviously, if these storms continue and we continue to have lightning in the area, what are you going to do? It really still hasn't rained here at the stadium. These are always frustrating weather delays, without a doubt. Is the case of the no rain. I really haven't heard thunder yet, but I will say again, the speaker for the PA is right above my window, so I haven't been able to necessarily quite hear anything tonight. So maybe there has been thunder. I don't know. If you're just tuning in, let's go ahead and recap what we've seen in this football game so far. And if you're wondering why I'm talking so much, again, we are in another weather delay. It has been one of the stranger weather years I've seen for Tiger sports. So Deming gets the ball, and second play from scrimmage after the kickoff. Their exceptionally talented running back Cesar Chavez goes 58 yards and also converts the 2-point conversion. So it's 8-0 with 10:59 to go in the first quarter. Tigers take it down the field and pick up are able to pick up a few first downs and get into Deming territory. But unfortunately, a penalty and then a sack stopped that drive. They were forced to punt. And Deming's able to march down the field after that. They converted a long third down early in the drive and were able to convert a fourth down for a touchdown did not get the two-point conversion, and so it's 14-0, 11-17 to go second quarter. Ensuing drive after that, the Tigers are going to throw an interception after they got into Deming territory, and the Wildcats will take the ball down the field by a pretty good margin inside the 40, and then march it in for a touchdown from 7 yards out from Jesse Varela. That made it 22-0 with 7:50 to go in the second quarter. Very first play after that for the Tigers, a fumble recovered by Deming, and later Cesar Chavez from 3 yards out runs it in for a touchdown, 6:22 to go second quarter. He also converted the two-point conversion. That made it 30-0. The Tigers' ensuing drive took them all the way inside the Deming 18, and that's where the weather delay started, which was about an hour ago now is when we got stopped for tonight's game. And Cesar Chavez, Jesse Varela, they have looked excellent. Those are the two guys that Coach Cisco mentioned in his interview. And you can also throw in Jordan Caballero. He has played well in this game too. Very good football team, but just been impressed with their team speed and a lot more. And you know, there's definitely a little bit of lightning there because I could hear it in my headphone. I saw it and I could hear it in my headphone. I'm not sure that's a good thing connected to the to my equipment here in the press box. I think I'm okay. You know, if it goes real quiet there for a while, you'll know that that's not the case. I don't know if I'm getting a little punch drunk up here. It's been that kind of weather silliness out here for this season. So we are stopped at 2:44 to go in the third quarter with the weather delay, with Alamogordo trailing 30-0. Again, there's still a security issue going on out at Tularosa High School. It's not what I had mentioned previously, which I apologize. I really shouldn't have started using terms like that without really knowing the situation. So I apologize on that. And boy, another bit of lightning.
At this time, as it was Military Appreciation Night, it is starting to rain. For those who are going to do the enlistment
listening into the PA.
This time we will do the ceremony in the Tiger Pit.
I guess they're going to do the Military Appreciation Night ceremony in the Tiger Pit. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am going to send this back to ESPN Radio for a little while. Mainly because I don't necessarily want to be connected to this system with the lightning around us. So we're going to go back to ESPN Radio for a little while. We'll come back as soon as we know something on you guys. So we're delayed at least until 9 o'clock, and it may be even later than that now with the rain and the lightning starting up here. So we're going to go ahead and send you to ESPN Radio for the time being. 30-0. We're in a weather delay. 2:44 to go here in the second quarter.
Once again, please head towards the Tiger Pit if you're here for the enlisted ceremony. It is Military Appreciation Night. We appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us on this, what was a beautiful Friday night. Still is. We always love the New Mexico rain. You guys be safe out there.
You know, enjoy one another. Things are going to turn around, and you know, if you believe it as a veteran club, and you do, because you know you guys have some really good names in here, and you convince the young guys that that's going to happen. Like I said, good things are happening, and you kind of, you know, have the fruit of the labor. So it's a unique season that, like I said, I don't think anybody's going to forget.
Well, congratulations.